Back's turn. Origi turn, shoot!
Build the dream in FIFA 20, pay less and get more, and use the code TVM at checkout for a bigger discount. What is going on, guys? TVM here. Welcome back to another video and another Team of the Week review. And this one is taking so much longer to get out because I keep recording it and it sort of runs into the 15, 16, maybe even 20-minute mark, and it's just too long. And I need to cut it down to about 10, 12 minutes maximum because it's just too much of me complaining. And I am going to complain. And yes, I'm a virgin who needs to go outside despite being married, and I've already been out today, so come at me, bro. But either way, EA have done a very EA thing here, and they've given us a Team of the Week that doesn't look terrible. You know, you've got Dybala in there, there's an 87 Verratti, Gomez looks great, Semedo would be a great card, but they've left out so many people who literally deserve to be there, it just boggles the mind. With that being said, of course, if you don't see anyone there that you thought was going to be there or you think deserves to be there, leave it in the comments. To all the people who are hitting the join button beneath the videos now that we've finally been given access to it, I've added a couple of perks already. I will add more in the future. This was just to get it up and running. For everyone who's joined so far, you're an absolute legend, and thank you very much for the support in the channel. There will be almost a document essentially in the description of everybody's names who has signed up to the second tier so far, and then in future videos we'll be giving shout outs to random people from that list as well. So thank you very much for the support. Let's move on to our first player and our first mistake. It is Radecki of Leverkusen. Now, I'm not moaning that he's got the inform actually, because he's going to go into my team. I'm kind of happy about it. Hopefully we get him as a red player pick. The thing I'm not happy about is why he's there. He 100% doesn't deserve to be there. The sub-goalkeeper, Aitor, does deserve to be there. He made 9 saves, saved the penalty. They've won 2-1. That's fair enough. I think I had him in predictions as well. I did. There are plenty of other goalkeepers that I had. Muslera being 1, 6 saves and a clean sheet and a 0-0 draw. I'm trying to find another one. I can't. But I've got like 3 or 4 goalkeepers on my list somewhere. I can't quite pinpoint them right now. Zentner, 6 saves and a penalty save and a 2-1 win. Almost what Aitor did. But he's not there. They've gone with Radecki. Radecki must have done something worthwhile, surely. Bare minimum a clean sheet, I would have thought. And if they did concede a goal, his team definitely would have won it. He would have made at least 5 saves. So let's go and have a look at Leverkusen. And let's have a look. So they are the home side. So 7.3. Well, he must have just performed his skin off and conceded a goal, and they've marked him down for it. Nope. He's made 4 saves. He's conceded a goal. They've not won the game. They were the home side. I'm not saying that they were the favourites. I'm just stating the fact that they were home. The opposite number, though, the Leipzig keeper, has been crowned man of the match. He's played a 0.5 higher than Radecki, and he's made 7 saves. He's not got it. Radecki's got it. Why? Why? I need communication on this. It's getting this isn't even the biggest joke, to be fair. This is one that did start to grind my gears early on, but it's one that I sort of soon forgot about when we moved on to the midfield in the starting 11. This, though, I mean, that is somewhat embarrassing, honestly. Why is he even in form? So many of the goalkeepers who could easily have been in form. I'm trying to think of a goalkeeper who's done anything this week that was better than Radecki. I mean, maybe Radecki made like 3 or 4 world-class saves in that game, and that would maybe justify giving him something. But again, Muslera, 6 saves, clean sheet, 0-0 draw. Yeah, they've drawn the game, so have Leverkusen. He kept a clean sheet. Radecki didn't. He made double the saves almost. I don't get it. I really don't understand it. Semedo is there. Rather justifiably. I mean, I did pick out Messi from that game. I honestly thought that they would go for a big name this week, and they've not really done it. I mean, they have in Dybala, but at the same time, not really, and we'll get on to Dybala. But it's a position change. It's a great card. I think a lot of people would be in for that, so I'm not going to moan. And again, he's played an 8.2. He's got an assist. That's fair enough. I haven't looked at Palois, so we'll ignore him, because I don't think many people are going to care anyway. Dunk. This is brilliant. So he's kept a clean sheet against Spurs. He's played a 7.5 or 7.7. And I think he got an assist. That is an informed performance for a centre-back. A big game. He's kept a clean sheet and he's played well. The issue I have with it, the gripe if you will, what really grinds my gears is that Connolly, their striker, I think it was his Premier League debut, he's got 2 goals and been crowned man of the match and was just generally fantastic, full of confidence, didn't run the show necessarily, but he was a great performance. You'd swear he'd been doing it years. And yet they've given it to Dunk and they've completely disregarded Connolly as an inform. It makes no sense to me whatsoever. There is a player in here, right, and you say, oh, maybe they just needed to make up the defensive numbers and they had too many strikers. Guess what? There are plenty of players down there in the reserves who didn't do as much as Connolly did, and yet they are there. Also, there's a centre-back in David Luiz who got a goal and kept a clean sheet in a 1-0 win for Arsenal. He got the only goal of the game, which technically means he got the winning goal, and he kept a clean sheet, and he plays as a centre-back. So why isn't he there instead of Dunk? Yeah, that's our little rant over. On to... We'll skip Verratti, because that's probably the biggest talking point of the whole thing. Gomez, I'm going to give them credit here, right? I picked out Gomez, and I'm not just going to give them credit because I picked out the same player, but they've gone for performance rather than his accolades in that game, I guess. He did get a goal, in all fairness, and they won 3-1, but he just put in a fantastic performance. He played a 9.1. I think he was crowned man of the match. He was just outstanding. I've seen some highlights and he was very, very good. And I think EA have done it for 2 reasons. A, because he's relatively high rated, fits the game well. People are going to want to open packs to get him. It makes sense. But also, he actually deserves to be there as well, based on performance rather than goal contribution, which is nice. Bergwijn is there. And if I can have a look on my list, he got 1 goal and 2 assists in a 4-1 win. It is a position change. That's a nice link to Quincy Promes as well. And again, EA know this, and that's why he's there, based on together with a very good performance. Fantastic. Jorginho swings and roundabouts on this one. They could have given it to Kante. Jorginho made a clearance off the line. Of course, they beat Southampton 4-1. Kante's got himself a goal. In terms of pass accuracy and challenges and tackles and all the rest of it, Jorginho and Kante have basically played the same. So it is a little bit confusing why they've not gone for selling packs as opposed to picking Jorginho. I'm not going to complain too much because either one of those I wouldn't have been interested in. Kante's too expensive. Jorginho's not good enough. So I don't really know who they're aiming at, really. But still, Dybala, this one is irritating, right? Because there are so many other players that could have been chosen. Connolly, for instance, he's not going to sell packs, but if you'd listen to me with Messi or you'd listen to me with Kante, you'd be fine. Parejo with a goal for Valencia, played well. They won 2-1. He could be there. David Luiz would be a high-rated card. He could have been there. However, Dybala's been chosen, right? He got taken off at the hour mark, so he missed literally a third of the game. He scored a goal, fine, but he only played a 7.3, and he missed 33% of the game. So, bar selling packs, I don't understand the logic behind it. Yes, Juve and Inter, big game, fair enough. Well, in that case, pick Pjanic, who played the full 90 and who played better. I don't get it, and it irritates me. Immobile is an interesting one because I do actually think he deserved to be there. I didn't have him written down, but he did get 2 goals. I think it was a 2-2 draw or something. I know the game ended up level, but I know he scored 2 goals as well. But I would have thought that they would have left that out a little bit. Italy have got a couple of relatively straightforward fixtures internationally, of course, this week. I think they play Greece. Team bottom of the league. They ship goals. Italy like to score them. Immobile will be playing. I thought maybe they'd leave that one because I would imagine he would be on the score sheet for Italy. Maybe they've got other plans, I don't know. Maybe they didn't even think that far ahead. That wouldn't surprise me. Pla, I'm not going to argue with him because he deserved to be there last week, so it's kind of swings and roundabouts, a bit of justice. Feel a bit bad for Herman, though. 2 goals, 1 assist in that game. Pla didn't do that much. I think he got a goal, maybe 1 assist, so that's a bit frustrating for him. The rest of the subs and the reserves and stuff, I'm not going to complain about them too much. Most of them deserve to be there. There are 1 or 2 questionables, but more or less, all of them got hat-tricks and what have you, so it's fine. Adama Traore is a right wing-back. I know full well there's going to be massive uproar about that, and I think that might be the case of EA trying to just disjoint a few noses, really, because he's super fast. He'd have really good dribbling. I don't think his reactions or indeed his composure is very good. His finishing obviously now isn't very good, but I'm almost adamant he didn't play him at right wing back for the majority of the game. He may have started there, but he ended up scoring 2 goals. He got really far forward. He was almost playing as a striker, so it is a bit of a strange one that they've given him a right wing back. The biggest talking point of this team of the week, though, is Verratti. I actually like the card. I think it'll be a good card. However, if there was a player that didn't deserve to be there more than any other, it's this guy. And the reason is literally sixfold. Let's go into the League One. Let's go find PSG. They won 4-0, right? So it's a good start. But they've got a history of giving Verratti informs for literally nothing. Now, he's played an 8.4, which is a good performance. And if you look at his stats here, you can see that he kept the ball for 10% of the possession. He's got an 89% pass accuracy, 4 successful dribbles, 2 aerial battles, 3 tackles, 1 corner, 1 dispossession. Not bad at all, right? But if you compare that with an 80 rated, not in-game, but 8.0 rated central midfield player who has better possession, better pass accuracy, and, okay, not quite as many aerial battles, but generally speaking, more tackles, and just played probably around the same, if not maybe a little bit better than Verratti. Idrissa Gueye over here has got himself a goal, much higher pass success rate than Verratti. He's not held the ball as much, but more or less. More successful dribbles. He's got 2 tackles in there as well. He's played 9.0. He deserves it more than Verratti. Paredes deserves it more than Verratti. And Herrera at right back. Clean sheet and an assist. Fair enough. That's another one you could throw in there if you really want to. Dybala, by the way, played a 7.3, scored a goal and got subbed off. Icardi's played a 7.3, scored a goal and got subbed off. So, exactly the same there, you could argue. Neymar with a goal and a Man of the Match award. You could definitely argue that. I was trying to argue the case of Messi doing it for the same thing. But the biggest punch in the face this week is Sarabia. He's got a ones to watch card. Obviously a dynamic card that would go up in rating if he gets an inform or a special item in general. That is the biggest inform performance I think I've ever seen. He's got a goal and 2 assists in a 4-0 win, and he has a ones to watch card. There is absolutely no reason to not give him that. And in fact, let me just bring up Bergwijn again, who you did give an inform to. Bergwijn got a goal and 2 assists in a 4-1 win, and he got an inform. Sarabia got a goal and 2 assists in a 4-0 win, and hasn't been given a sausage. You've given it to Verratti, who's done less than the other 2 centre mids, hasn't got a goal contribution to boot, and has played a lower rating than 4 of the other players in question. I don't understand. I just don't get it. And yeah, I'm a virgin, I need to go outside, and I need to stop caring, and stop bitching about it, blah, blah, blah. Fine, right? If you don't like it, you can go to someone who literally bums EA and everything that they do. But to be fair, you won't hear me moan about gameplay so much this year. Maybe on stream if I'm in a mood or whatever, fine. But if you want to sit down, chat to me, like on the Road to Glory today, that's exactly what we're going to do. I'm going to talk sensibly about how I feel about the game, and I've pretty much got nothing but positives to say about it. So the fact that this team of the week has triggered me so much is no reflection on how I feel about the game itself, but just the decision making as far as EA are concerned. One of the biggest gripes I have as well is Longstaff of Newcastle. He got a goal against Manchester United. It was the only goal. They beat them 1-0. No one had predicted it. And where is he? There's no Newcastle United player there at all. Bayern Munich lost on the weekend 2-1. The guy who scored both of those goals isn't there, but he's in the game. So why is he not there? The only saving grace here would be that if EA decided to do Team of the Week SBCs on a weekly basis for players who maybe they either feel like were the be-all and end-all and they deserve to be gotten by people, so they put them in as SBCs, or maybe the possibles that they've thrown in, or they do them as objectives, which would be fantastic. That'd be the best thing ever. If they did 5, 10, 20 players, whatever, as objectives every single week, 7 days to complete, 3 segments to each. For instance, let's just take Longstaff, right? So they're going to give him a boosted inform as opposed to a standard inform. So standard inform for Longstaff may have been a silver. Maybe they're going to give him a 78 rated card, right? So you've got to score 10 goals in Rivals or Weekend League with Newcastle players. There's plenty of them you could do with Almiron, Joelinton or whatever. You've got to get 10 assists as well, and then you've got to win 5 games in Rivals, right? That's it. So score 10, assist 10, and win 5. With at least, I don't know, 5 Newcastle players in your starting 11. And you've got to score the goals with Newcastle players or whatever, right? That, or maybe you don't even need to do that. Maybe you make it easier. You have to have 6 Newcastle players in your starting 11, and you need to score 10 goals, you need to get 10 assists. Doesn't have to be with Newcastle players, it can be with anyone, but they have to be in your team, in your starting 11. And you need to win 5 games in Rivals or Weekend League, which most of us will do every week anyway, regardless. So that would unlock a 78 rated Longstaff. Newcastle fans would be all over it. Everyone else probably not so much, but Newcastle fans would love it. And eventually your team would come round. That would be phenomenal. It would give people a reason to grind. They don't just have to do it with informs. They could do it with man of the matches. There's so many cup games that they just ignore until they get to the quarterfinals. Why? Just keep giving us the content. People will stop moaning so much, and it'll give people to grind, give people a reason to grind, and probably people will open more packs to get better players, to even pack these players to be able to do the objectives and so on and so forth as well. So it's a win-win for everybody involved. And I wouldn't have to sit here and moan about the fact that you haven't really watched the football this week. So there it is. I'm done. I'm going to go outside now and find a woman. So if you agree or disagree, feel free to let me know in the comments down below. I've recorded this so many times. I'm just going to upload this one. It's gone on longer than I wanted it to, but still, I digress. Thank you to everyone who's watched. Thank you for hitting the like button and subscribing. And of course, thank you for joining the channel as well. Hopefully, I'll see you in the next one. And until then, goodbye.
Football Index. The game changed. Download the app now.